Hi everyone, Jill Lancet, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. How is everyone? Well, autumn has finally arrived. Gosh, I was so desperate for autumn. The weather has been so hot and steamy and I don't like it. So I'm very, very grateful that we have some cooler weather. Just a bit of business out of the way. There's my name. That's my online store if you need to purchase anything. My email address is here. If you need to contact me for some reason, please, any questions or anything, please. I'm happy to answer questions. The host code currently is this series of letters and numbers here, and that ends on the 5th of April. Now I'm going to make a really simple little card. I don't think I've used my Stamparatus very much lately. And this is a very simple little card using the Stamparatus, getting these things perfectly placed. So this would be a good card to mass produce. And I'm going to show you how we do that. I'm going to do a bit of quick colouring and we're going to end up with a card. It'll be slightly different, but only because I wanted to change it up to black. So the stamp set we're using today is the Decorative Borders stamp set, and it is in the mini catalogue, and it's on page 47, I believe. Page 47, and there it is there. I hope that's in there. There's no sentiments. But you've got all these beautifully decorative borders. Now they're open so that you can colour them. You don't have to, but you can. So we'll get started with that. Only a few supplies needed for this card. Obviously the stamp set, and we are going to use a sentiment from another stamp set that is the Art Gallery. Now it's from the annual catalogue, and we're just using this little sentiment here. I'm thinking of you. So we'll get started. Now I've cut everything out. I've got the measurements here. We're using very vanilla, so we've got some very vanilla card base, which is A4 cut in half, scored down the middle at 10.5. We don't need that right this second. We're also going to use the beautiful 2021 to 2023 in colour opal rounds. Now these are going because we're getting a colour update. We'll get some new in colours, and I don't know what they are. We haven't been told what they are yet. But I want to use them up. Now, even though I'm not using polished pink, yeah, I am using polished pink, but you could use this one. It will pick it up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the card here, and I've used some of the polished pink beautiful ribbon. This is a polished pink Stampin' Blends that we're going to be using there. And instead of the Blackberry Bliss, which is the base colour here, I'm just using black, just to simplify that colour palette down even more. So we need a piece of very vanilla, 13.85 by 9.5, and a piece of basic black, which is 14.4 by 10. Now this is my wobbly desk, so I apologize if it wobbles, but they're the measurements, and they are going to go on like that. So 13.85 by 9.5 and 14.4 by 10. So I'll just pop them over there if you need them. So as I said, I'm going to use the Stamparatus. I've already got it set up, and we're just using the Tuxedo, the Memento Tuxedo Black. This is a water-based ink, and therefore it is the best kind of ink to use with our blend, so it doesn't run or smudge when we're colouring. Now, I just wanted to explain how the Stamparatus works. Now, it's a hinged. When you buy your Stamparatus, you get 2 of these clear plates, and they can be used either side. So you actually get 4 surfaces to put your stamps on. So you can put one on this side, one on this side. And you can use it this way, or you can use it this way. And you'll notice that it's got 2 sides that are open. Now, if you're putting a whole piece of A4 in there, that is very, very handy. So scrapbookers can put a whole piece of 12 by 12 in there, because it won't matter that it's hanging out the side. The hinge will not be affected by that paper hanging out the side. So for my money, I think this is probably one of the better stamping platforms out there, because it's so versatile. When using the photopolymer stamps, it does come with a black foam mat. When you're using the red rubber stamps, you don't need the mat. So just for that extra bit of cushioning, there is the black foam mat. You get 2 magnets that come with it. Everything is complete. Everything comes with it. So I'm going to show you how I set this up to create the really pretty border, top and bottom of this card. So I have put the decorative border stamp on here. I lined it up with the piece of cardstock. The idea being that you pop your piece of cardstock up in the corner and then put the magnet down to hold it in place. Now I measured it beforehand to fit this piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to show you how quick and easy it is to do. So I'm just inking it up. I hope you can see that. And I'm going to stamp that down. Now, I don't care if it doesn't come out, because after I've coloured it with the blends, I'm going to stamp it again, because that will just make the colours pop even better. So I've stamped one on the bottom. Now I'm simply turning that around, popping the magnets back down, inking it up again, and stamping it across the other side now. And they are perfectly symmetrical, even though they are turned around, and I'll show you what I mean, because the flowers on this side are facing that way and these flowers facing that way, but it's perfectly symmetrical. So now I'm going to colour that, then I'm going to stamp that again and do the greeting. So just some simple colouring, and it doesn't have to be really, really involved colouring. Now, I hope you have a coffee. I have my coffee here. The other day I was playing a game where every time I said or you have a drink, you have a mouthful. So maybe get 2 drinks because I say that a lot. Anyway, we'll get started. So I just got a selection of some of my blends here. I've got the dark Blackberry Bliss, the light Blackberry Bliss, the beautiful light polished pink, and I might change that up a bit. I've also got the dark old olive and the light old olive for the leaves. Now look, you can get as creative, as artistic, as complicated as you like, but you don't have to, and this is what I want to show you. You really only need to do some quick colouring. These little open illustrations, stamps, don't require a lot, and I'm just going to show you how quick it is. So I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm just going to use the bullet point. I'm just going to do in the centre. I'm going to do around the edge here because that's where the flower is in front, and you don't even have to do this if you don't want to. I'll do a little bit of this here, a little bit of that, there and there and there. I'm afflicted with can't colour and talk at the same time. So if I suddenly drop out of the conversation, you'll know that I just couldn't concentrate on one or the other. So that's the dark Blackberry Bliss. Now the light Blackberry Bliss, you don't even need to do this. You can just do it with two colours. But they're very much similar, so I probably would forego that. Yeah, I think I'll forego that. And now with the, is this the light one? Hang on. Light polished pink, yeah. I'm just going to go around it. And you don't even have to, I mean, you can leave some space, some white space, or in this case, it's very vanilla. And I hope you can see this. I hope the light is in the right place. So what it does is it kind of fades out the darker colour, and the reds are notorious for not cooperating. But this is how quick it is. This is how quick and easy it can be. And it does actually get a little bit lighter as it dries. So don't panic too much. And if it goes out of the lines, it doesn't matter. It's artistic. So I just wanted to show you just how quick and easy it can be to colour in these smaller images with the open petals that you can colour. Now when you're just doing the colouring, like just as I'm doing the colouring now, that's what you focus on. That's what you focus on the most. But once the card's made, you won't even probably notice half of this stuff. So now I'm going in with the old olive, the darker old olive. I'm just doing the centre of these leaves here. And I'll blend that out with the lighter old olive. Sorry, have a drink. I just said again. And then the light old olive, I can just come in and just go over that. And I mean to say, these are sort of like sketchy drawings, so if you don't colour them in all the way, it's still going to look good. I mean, really, I wouldn't say I was an artist by any means colouring this in, but that's the beauty of this, because it doesn't really matter. So you're going to get that beautiful arty look. Done. And that's how quick that is. So now I'm going to re-stamp that, and I'll show you after I've stamped one the difference. So I'm going to stamp the bottom one. Okay, card is up in the corner, magnet is in place. I'm going to ink this up and then stamp it again. Now I don't think you can tell a great deal of difference there, but I can. It just makes the colours pop. It's darkened all of the details in there. and I'll just turn it around and do the second one, and then I'll show you how I did the greeting. So just inking this second one up, and I think we'll just pop that out of the way. And there we go. And the greeting, I put the stamp in here where I wanted it, put the magnets on, laid the stamp down, and found that to be in the perfect position. So I'll ink that up. And we're pretty much finished this card. And it really was quick. So you can see how easily and quickly you could make a whole bunch of cards using this method. Then all I did was put some of the polished pink ribbon across here. Obviously I allowed space for the ribbon to go, and I'm just going to use some of our stamp and seal. I'm just going to pop some across there like that. Scissors. And just lay that where I want it. But it picks up the polished pink in the flowers. It makes the flowers pop a little bit. And I've already done the bow. So then I'm going to pop that on there. I like to use liquid glue for this. Now you don't want to go too close to the edge, because it'll squish out everywhere. So I find, I'm not a pink lover, but I find black just makes pink pop. And there's that squished out glue that I told you not to do. Oh my gosh. There you go. Anyway, then I used glue dot, which I cannot find. Uh-oh. Oh, here, right here. Look, right here. Okay, so I've made a bow with the same polished pink. I'm going to pop that glue dot on there like that. And I just thought I'd put it like that. And glue that onto the card front. And we've got a very quick, simple little card that didn't take very long, and that you can quickly and easily do multiples of. And you might be thinking, why would you want to do multiples? Well, you can give these as gifts, little sets of cards to people, and you can leave them blank. I'm thinking of you is a fairly generic sentiment. So it could be, I'm thinking of you on your birthday. I'm thinking of you because you're not well. And then I added some of these. Now, I will add a different colour now. I will add the fresh freesia over the top of the polished pink, and you'll see that it picks it up. So because they're pale enough and they are transparent, so I just popped one in the centre there, and they've got kind of little, like, looks like little opalised finishes on it. So I put a second one in the middle of that one, a large one. Put a large one up here somewhere. Let's put it there. And we'll put a large one about there, and a small one maybe there, and that's it. I put them side by side. This one is the first one I made. It has a background of Blackberry Bliss, and this one has black. So you can decide which one you like, which one you prefer. Of course, you could change the background colour and colour the flowers and use the coordinating ribbon and change it up even further. But there, that's a quick little card using our Stamparatus, just some black ink, a couple of Stampin' Blends, and some ribbon. Yeah, so anyway, if you need to purchase anything, and this mini catalogue that this stamp set came from is finishing on in April, and so is the annual catalogue. So if there's anything that you want, I suggest you not wait. The first thing that will go will be the in colours, which this polished pink is one of, because they are bringing in some new in colours this next catalogue. These ones will go. We have our current ones, and then we get some new ones. So yeah, don't tarry. And if you need to ask any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So there they are, side by side again. Black background, Blackberry Bliss background, and very easy card. Okay, thank you so much for your time. See you on the next video. Bye.